Did you know the leading company for AI, OpenAI, has just recently published a blog post on their website titled, "Teaching with AI Experts have outlined some details on how to unlock the future of learning. Even professors at universities are using this piece of tech to boost their teaching methodologies. This includes lecturers from the University of Pennsylvania. But what does this mean for the future of education? This can increase accessibility. Since the most crucial aspect of learning is accessibility, using AI such as ChatGPT can make everything a lot easier for students and teachers alike. There are students out there who have disability that may be with their sight or physical. These visually impaired students can ask queries and get answers from ChatGPT through text-to-speech. This doesn't go for just the visually impaired students either. Students with physical disabilities can use this feature too. While we're talking about disabilities, students suffer from learning disabilities like ADHD, and these students can use the power of GPT to turn very complex course materials into a summarized and easy-to-understand version of the topic, making it easier for students to grasp the concept. Then there are language barriers in learning, which can be a huge obstacle for non-English speaking students. Well, ChatGPT can help you there too, by offering translation services to translate the English context into whatever language the student is most comfortable in. AI, helping you do your homework. For some students, homework can be a hassle. Some students have parents who aren't available all the time to help them, and with no teacher present after school, they can resort to ChatGPT to help them with their queries. Before AI made life easier, students had to complete homework and assignments the old way. They'd open up textbooks and research for hours and hours on end and read up on the topic. Then came the internet, which made the process smoother. But now, there are so many different links to read from, which has become exhausting. Luckily, AI takes this a little bit further, allowing students to just type in the topic they want to know about and get the details they need in no time. Is there a new concept you don't really understand? You can ask GPT to dumb it down for you so you can finish your assignment with ease and save up a lot of time. Using ChatGPT nurtures a culture of exploration and experimentation, ultimately boosting the student's problem-solving ability. However, students aren't the only ones who benefit from AI. How GPT is helping professors. With the help of ChatGPT, teachers can now structure their courses accordingly. Not only that, but GPT can help these teachers with key topics while structuring their courses and suggest its own logical sequence for teaching materials to make these courses a lot more streamlined. With GPT, professors can now deliver a more organized and structured course. Other than that, ChatGPT can provide valuable resources and insights to the professors in case they miss something while preparing for tests and assessment materials. GPT can create questions without any kind of effort, and these can be any kind of test. You can ask it to generate a multiple-choice question paper or case scenarios. This functionality not only saves time, but also ensures the availability of different and well-crafted questions within the test. Other than creating assignments, you can ask GPT to analyze how students performed on each test. GPT will end up giving the professor a generalized idea of how the students did in that test and the ability to identify some key mistake points and give the professor a pattern of where their students are lacking so that they can tailor their teaching strategies to meet specific needs. You can personalize learning with ChatGPT. Now, what we're about to tell you might change education forever. This is ChatGPT's ability to be able to personalize the learning experience for different individuals' specific needs. You see, learning is not a one-size-fits-all thing. Some students respond better to and retain what they just read just one time, while some are visual learners, or maybe a student responds better to someone actually delivering a lecture. Keeping these things in mind, GPT has the power to personalize the learning experience for everyone. What GPT does is it understands how a student learns by analyzing their behavior and performance, which it then uses to enhance its teaching methodologies to align with how a specific student learns best. It will draw big charts and images for those visual learners or use text-to-speech for those auditory learners. What GPT does next is help the professors keep track of those who are trying really hard in class but keep lagging and take the students' academic performance along with their preference to help the professors come up with a course structure that will be best suited to that one student. For example, It will recommend additional readings, exercises, or supplementary materials that are specifically aligned with a student's learning goals and performance level. Students will be able to take advantage of the fact that GPT will allow them to be able to learn at their own pace. You see, with traditional schooling systems, the problem most students have is the professor has to rush to complete the course on time. But with GPT, students can now learn at their own speed, giving them more time to grasp complex concepts. With all these benefits, we thought we'd tell you there's a dark side to using AI as well. There are privacy concerns. If professors need to use AI to personalize the course according to each student, then some data about the student will need to be collected. This can raise a few concerns because some of the data is super personal, like their address. Storing and keeping this data safe is a huge challenge for schools because this means they'll have to invest in a robust cybersecurity system that won't be breached. The management will have to further come up with rules and regulations on how this data will be used and be kept away from things that could eventually target the student, like hitting them with ads or making decisions for them without their consent. Academic integrity is at risk. There are still many institutes that don't really like the idea of using AI in the classroom. Some institutes have even gone on to ban or block ChatGPT from their campus Wi-Fi networks, but how hard is it to bypass it? In fact, ChatGPT itself will give you ways to bypass it. The number one reason why institutes are not really a fan of IA is this will risk academic integrity. They're worried that since the AI tool can do human tasks a lot faster than a human can, students can easily input assignment prompts or questions and receive fully written responses, which they might then submit as their own work. This in turn defeats the whole purpose of assignments. Then there's the fact that the overuse of AI will cause students to rely on the tech so much that it will have negative consequences for students' intellectual development and critical thinking skills because of the spontaneous results from the AI tool, and will start to hinder the development of essential skills like brainstorming and independent research. Even ChatGPT has limited knowledge. For the institutions who don't mind and actually want to embrace this technology of the future, they have a bit of a problem. The knowledge GPT has is limited. While ChatGPT has been trained on a lot of data from the internet, its knowledge base is not without restrictions. While it may give feedback really fast, it still struggles with giving the right answers to topics in depth on highly specialized or niche topics that fall outside the scope of its general training data. The other issue users of GPT have to face is its data cutoff. GPT, which was launched in 2022, has been trained on data only up till September of 2021. The worst part about this is that GPT doesn't even get data in real time like Bard does, nor does it keep updating itself with new information or developments beyond that date. This is troubling for students who want to search for topics that happened recently. For example, if a student wants to learn about the latest scientific breakthrough, ChatGPT might either end up giving inaccurate data or won't be able to generate any at all. What do you think about institutes using ChatGPT in education? Let us know in the comments section below. If you have made it this far in the video, comment agreed. And don't forget to like and subscribe and click on the bell icon for the latest AI updates. Thanks for watching. See you again soon in another video.